he started calling the other face my evil twin. So Modric at some point would say that whenever he was happy and joyful, the other face would whisper so many things to make him sad. This is the E&B Clinic show where we discuss matters health in relation to real life experiences. And guys, today we have a very interesting segment. It's a totally different segment from what we have been giving you. And we are going to look at some very unique, unusual, extraordinary, and rare conditions that affect human beings. So guys, today I'm going to take you through a list of 5 instances that babies have been born with extra body parts. And for this particular episode, I'm going to focus on extra heads and extra faces. Number 5, Brittany and Abigail Hensel. These 2 beautiful twins were born in America on the 7th of March 1990. Brittany and Abigail were born with 2 separate heads and 1 torso, or 1 body, connected to one body, one single body. So with these 2 different heads, Abigail and Brittany had 2 different functioning brains and 2 distinct spinal cords running across their backs. In this regard, the twin on the right could control the limbs on the right, while the twin on the left could control the limbs on the left. So they had 2 arms and 2 lower limbs. Now guys, Brittany and Abigail, they had 2 different hearts, but the 2 hearts were working in a single circulatory system. At some point in their lives, they went for driving classes and they passed their driver's license exam, both practical and theory. Now, of course, they had to do it separately because they are 2 different individuals and the law requires each one of them to be given a license. But remember, when they are driving, they have to coordinate because they have to use, the 2 twins have to coordinate and control the steering wheel. But again, they also help each other because Abby on the right side can control the gadgets on the right side of the driver's seat, while the other twin can control the other gadgets on the other side. Amazing. Now, another amazing thing about these twins, they went to school, they went to high school, they got their high school diploma, they went to university, they got their bachelor degree they got a bachelor's degree in arts, majoring in education. They wanted to become teachers. Extremely amazing. So about these twins, I think it's totally inspiring when you think about the things that they have accomplished. They are still thriving and surviving. They are still doing so many magnificent things. And I think we all learned something from this story about how, like, what excuse can we give for not achieving our goals? If these 2 beautiful girls have been able to do so much, yet they have to do things in a very yet they have to coordinate to achieve their goals, to read together, to walk together, decide when to take a shower together, to decide when to take a step forward. Guys, we have no excuse not to achieve our goals. Okay guys, number 4, Manar Mohammed and Islam Mohammed. Manar Mohammed was born in the year 2004 in Egypt, and she was born with a parasitic twin attached to her head. So in this case, the parents of Manar Mohammed had been undergoing fertility treatment over the before the pregnancy, and once they got pregnant, of course, they were told they were carrying twins, but they did not know that they were waiting for one of the most unique conjoined twins or Siamese twins ever. So the mother went on with the pregnancy until they were born in 2004. At that point, during delivery, it was a vaginal delivery, and during this delivery, it was a bit complicated. And after Manar came out, they realized that there was something else that was restricting the baby to come out fully. So that is when they realized there was a conjoined twin to the head. And this meant that they could not go on with the vaginal delivery. It was an emergency C-section. So the mother went on for an emergency cesarean section, and she delivered the unique set of conjoined twins, Manar Mohammed with a parasitic twin attached to her head. So Manar Mohammed is here with a parasitic twin, and this parasitic twin on the head was later named Islam Mohammed. Islam had a complete functioning head, though she shared some blood vessels with Manar Mohammed, but she had a full set of eyes, nose, mouth, and a little bit of a torso without any other organs downwards. This meant Manar Mohammed had to share his heart and lungs with Islam Mohammed. By sharing, it means Islam was using nutrients from Manar Mohammed, meaning that she was the parasitic twin. So she survived after delivery, and a few weeks, as the doctors were being amazed, the parents don't know how to handle this. Manar started to become sick. This means the burden. This means she has to use her heart, she has to use her lungs to share the nutrients with the parasitic twin. So during that time, those few weeks, she got 6 heart attacks. And this meant that the doctors had to do something very urgent, and they decided to do a very radical operation to separate Islam and Manar. Remember, Islam would not survive on her own. That one was 100% known, because she did not have all these vital organs. But this was necessary to save Manar's life. They went on with the surgery, and it went on well, and she survived on the operating table. But unfortunately, Islam died on the operating table. Now, after 9 months, as the baby was recovering, she started to get brain infections around the surgical site on the head, and after 9 months, she passed on, unfortunately. Guys, this is a sad ending, but we can learn something from Manar Mohammed. She was a fighter. Remember, this little baby surviving 6 heart attacks and surviving the operating table for such an emergency radical operation. Guys, let us keep on fighting. Guys, number three, Edward Modric. Edward Modric was born in the 19th century, that was in the 1800s. Edward Modric is one of those unique stories that we find in research books. And in this case, the baby was born with a fully formed body, but he had a little face at the back of his head. So Modric was born and raised as any other baby. As a baby, probably he didn't find anything unique about his condition, and he grew up like any other baby, doing the normal things that kids do when they're young. He loved music and he did all these things. But again, when he got into his teenage years, he started to get depressed and stressed, and nobody knew why. Later on, he would explain that as much as he had a fully formed body and a face of his own and another face at the back, he said the face at the back would whisper things to him that were very mean and very evil. And he started calling the other face my evil twin. So Modric at some point would say that whenever he was happy and joyful, the other face would whisper so many things to make him sad. And again, whenever he got sad and he was so depressed and stressed, the other face would actually smile and sneer and, like laughing at him. And this went on, and he started to seclude himself from the society. He went away from the parents and the friends, and he started living alone. He became a loner. Unfortunately, at 23 years old, Modric committed suicide. He killed himself. This again has a bad ending, but again, I think we can learn something from it, that stress and depression, they are real, and they are real to all of us as human beings. And as real as they are, it is important to understand that it is okay not to be okay. And when you're not okay, don't say you're okay. Seek help, seek guidance from the resources that are close to you, guys. Guys, number 2, baby Komal from India. Baby Komal from India was presented in TLC about 4 years ago, and this was a very, very unique, extraordinary case of a parasitic twin. Baby Komal was born with a parasitic twin attached to the thoracic and abdominal wall of her body. After she was born, of course, the doctors, they took their time to see how they could maneuver the surgery to separate the two, because of course with the head there was only the head attached to the thoracic and the abdominal wall of baby Komal. So the doctors took their time and decided to separate baby Komal from the parasitic twin. The surgery took many hours, but eventually it was successful. So the parasitic twin's head was removed from the tummy, and baby Komal now went on to recover. The recovery went on well. After so many follow-ups, at some point there was an issue around the area, the surgical site where the surgery was conducted, because the parents said that the area was swelling up, like it was protruding, and they got very, very concerned. So they took the baby back to the hospital, and the doctor was examined the baby and realized that the area where it was on the right side, so the area where the head had been attached, of course the skin over it was very weak, some muscles were absent, and so some organs would protrude through that area, including like the liver, the tummy, the stomach. And he advised that a surgical procedure would resolve everything for good. And this happened, and the baby was totally well. Amazing. So guys, this was a beautiful, beautiful ending for this story, and we can learn how much medical advancements has grown, and we can appreciate the things that the medical world is doing to ensure that lives are protected and that people are able to undergo all these procedures safely and be able to live normal lives. So guys, finally, number 1, we give it to Gilang Andika from Indonesia. Gilang Andika from Indonesia. It's a story that was presented by the Inside edition some years back, and this is also a very interesting case where a baby Andika was born with one head, one body, but 2 distinct faces. So that means the head was a little bit big and it had 2 faces right on it. So baby Gilang Andika also had a set of arms and a set of legs. However, the head was becoming big, and the doctor said the condition was hydrocephalus. Air fluid accumulates in the head, and the head becomes big and bigger and big, causing so many problems to the baby. With the 2 faces and 1 single body, the baby could not even breastfeed, and the doctors had to find a way to ensure that nutrition was provided, and that meant that they used a tube through the nose to feed the baby. Unfortunately, I was not able to find an update regarding this particular case, and I would urge you guys, anyone who has an update about Gilang Andika from Indonesia, born with 1 head, 1 torso, and 2 separate faces. If you have any information, any updates, guys, kindly write in the comments down there, and we can try to follow it up and to bring in the updates. Thank you so much, guys. That was the last and final. So guys, that is it for this segment, and as we always say, every story told in our own words is meant to educate, inform, and empower us, because our voice is our empowerment. Guys, if you liked this video, please, you can leave a comment, like it, and share it, and also remember to subscribe if you have not done so yet. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to us, and we promise to bring you more and more content. And remember, we appreciate your feedback. Every one of you who has been giving us feedback, thank you so much. We really appreciate. Thank you, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.